Welcome back to Rossburg, Ohio. We're getting ready for heat number 1. Qualifying heat 1. This will determine who will start on the pole, the 6th position, the 11th position, the 16th position, and the 21st position. Starting grid for this first one: Eric Jones, Darrell Wallace Jr., Kyle Larson, Jody Knowles, Ben Kennedy, J.R. Hefner, and Joe Cobb. You see the green arrow there. That means those are the locked-in trucks. We will have 4 locked-in trucks for each one of these heat races. The pole sitter, in this case Eric Jones, can have his choice for lane choice here, and looks like he's going to take the outside. Teammates on the front row from Kyle Busch Motorsports.
It makes a lot of sense taking that outside, too. We heard Kenny Schrader talk about in practice they're running all over the track, but for most of that practice, it appeared the preferred groove was up high next to the wall, so that's where Jones will start from.
We'll see where they can find some grip around this racetrack. Kyle Larson in this heat. He is one of the favorites coming into this race.
We're going to have some great views from these onboard cameras right here. This is the Glad Chevrolet for Kyle Larson. We're going to have other onboards, but it is going to be a blast. We're going to have a front bumper cam and a rear bumper cam and a face cam. You're going to see stuff you've never seen before, too. These drivers are driving with one hand. They're letting the wheel slide through their other hand sometimes, and then you have guys that'll have both hands on the wheel. All those styles seem to work.
And the field in the hands of Eric Jones. First qualifying heat race underway from Eldora.
Remember, keep an eye on that 80 truck. That's Jody Knowles, the 63 J.R. Hefner. Looks like no cops around at the back of the field.
We already have a truck spawn. We'll see if he gets it going again before the field gets through 3 and 4. They stay green for now. Will he get it turned around? He does, and we will continue green. Eric Jones out in front. Now Kyle Larson trying the bottom of the racetrack, trying to find some grip down there.
Kyle's going to try to make something up. He knows there's not really any room above these guys. Are running against the outside wall. He's going to try to make something happen down through the middle. Look at Bubba Wallace. He's trying to dive below his teammate Eric Jones with a strong move off turn 4.
The flashing light you saw as it went by, that's the pit road. It's closed, so they can't come onto pit road. Kyle Larson running in the 3rd spot. The transfer spot, the battle right now, is being led by Jody Knowles in the 80. Ben Kennedy all the way down at the bottom of the racetrack. He's one of the locked-in trucks, but he's trying to make a move. Looks like he's gaining a little bit on the 63 at Hefner.
We talked to Hefner before this race started. He knows he's got his work cut out for him. He needs to get around that 80 truck of Knowles. And Knowles is probably going to hold that high side still and not let him get up on the outside. But Ben Kennedy makes it work down on the bottom.
Ben Kennedy makes the slide. Goes just in front of Jody Knowles. Here comes J.R. Hefner in the 63. Side by side now for the transfer spot.
Both these drivers are attempting to make their first start here tonight. Right now they're dead even off the corner.
J.R. Hefner finds some grip in the middle of the racetrack. He gets in front of the 80 of Jody Knowles.
I'm telling you, fellas, this 63 truck all throughout practice is really strong, and he is proving it now, being able to drive around those, and now he's going to try to work Ben Kennedy over. A lot of the competitors in the garage are look at the average speed over the course of a practice session, and that 63 truck was right on up there at the top of the list.
Top 3 riding along with Kyle Larson. We look forward to Eric Jones, Darrell Wallace Jr. Kyle Larson wasn't exempt from getting around. He was already spinning earlier in practice today, but seems to have it going in the right direction now.
Watch the RPMs, only 6,600 RPMs for Kyle Larson. These guys are not turning these engines near as tight as they can. So there's a chance that they never even get wide open on these straightaways. Get the tires spinning a little bit, and if you can't get that gas all the way down, you just want to maintain that rear wheel spin and not try to gas it all the way up. The engine tuners have told me that they detune these engines probably to the tune of 80 to 100 horsepower.
Here comes Kyle Larson trying to find some of that grip in the middle of the racetrack. Looking to the inside of Darrell Wallace Jr. Just 2 laps of racing to go. The competitors watching on to find out where the preferred line will be. Peters, Matt Crafton down there watching right along the fence.
Looks up high right now, but we saw J.R. Hefner make a good move by Jody Knowles and Ben Kennedy to take over the 4th spot.
1 lap to go. J.R. Hefner in the transfer spot coming out of this first heat, trying to hold on to that position. Eric Jones trying to win the pole for tonight's feature.
Look at this slide job attempt here by Kyle Larson. He dives to the bottom, trying to take the win away from Eric Jones. Can he do it?
Doesn't stick. Can he get second away from Bubba Wallace? No, he ends up in third. Transfer spot goes to J.R. Hefner. Ben Kennedy goes around trying to come out of turn 4. That means that the 80 of Jody Knowles will have to go through the last chance qualifier race.
Along with Joe Cobb. Joe will be in the last chance too. J.R. Hefner, with a truck that we felt like was going to be strong in this race, was able to grab that transfer spot.
Could those two be the story?
Now that we know that Eric Jones, our pole sitter, will start on the pole tonight. He won the pole award earlier, and now he will start on the pole later on the night.
Hello. Kyle Larson found the wall once again.
Right rear quarter panel off that truck.
We saw two distinct lines in this first heat race. We saw guys running up against the wall, but we also saw guys making progress in the middle of the track. Herbie Sadler.
Well, Timothy Peters, Matt Crampton, both watching that heat race. Are you guys watching as competitors or as fans right now? How was that? Are you watching to learn or are you watching as a fan?
I'm watching both as a fan and see what we can learn. It don't look like there's much down here. I hate it for Timothy. He's got to start on the bottom of this heat race, to be honest. Like I said, it looks like the toughest place to be. If Larson could have made it work, then I was going to be a little nervous. But like I said, I don't think there's much down here right yet.
Yes, Timothy, you saw beside him going into the first corner. What's going to happen?
Well, I was sitting here telling him, you sure you don't want to take the bottom? So just trying to lobby for that. Just figuring out, watching Larson, you know, those guys, he's obviously pretty good. And like Matt said, he hadn't made anything work on the bottom. So we just run our race and finish where we do in the heat race and be there at the end of the main.
These guys are in heat number 4, Rick.
Thanks, Herbie. Eric Jones wins heat number 1.